Okay, so this is the app that lets you translate English words to Vietnamese. So I'm going to start. I've already uploaded a flag that will be a button that you press. So I've just already uploaded that. What I'll do is just go to layout and one table and another table. So the table, if you do fill parent, okay, then that just fills it across the screen. You could, if you want, the height is okay, you could, I don't know, 90 pixels, something. No, I've done width, so fill parent. So the height could be something like 90. You can change it after anyway. So basically you'll have a button, so user interface button. So this button you're going to press and then it starts off the speech recognizer. I'm just going to get rid of the text on the button. Okay, and then the image will be the picture of the Vietnamese flag. So I'm going to just 80 by 80 maybe. That could be okay. Okay, so so that's that. Then what you could do, I'll do table arrangement, columns, rows. I'm going to add a few more rows. Now what should happen, should be able to drag label right. I'm going to have to make the table arrangement a bit wider. Heights, I'll put it as 200. Okay, because basically what I want here where it says label is just a clue for what words you can translate. So for the moment I'm just going to do label 1. Actually I'm going to rename that to hello. So all I'm going to do in this example, I'll do hello. And I don't know the Vietnamese for I love you, which is unfortunate. I'm going to do 1. So there is the limit of my Vietnamese. Okay, bad. But text for label. So I'm then going to type hello. Okay, and 1. Okay, so just to start with, I'll just pick those words. The first one should be okay. Xin chào, and the other one, mort. Mort might actually, I thought 1 I would do because mort would be quite an odd one. Anyway, we'll see that later. So I'm going to leave the other 2 just for the moment. So we'll just have those 2. Okay, so what I then need is I'm going to do a text box. And what I'm going to do in the text box is I'll just rename that to results. And I'll do something like speech results. Something like that, because I want to display what the person has said. I want to display in there. So you just get the English words, what they said, so you can actually see whether it's recognized the word hello. And I think that could be it. I mean, what I could do is just put maybe a label. I'm just going to make, I've got a horizontal scroll arrangement. Okay. Should really have had a table for that one, but okay, no, I'm actually gonna delete that one. Okay, so now that's it. So you push the button, they say a word, and it will translate it, and it will put the English word in this this text box, but it will say the Vietnamese. So I'm going to go to media, speech recognizer. You drag that, and it's hidden, so it goes down the bottom, and then text to speech. Okay, so it should be obvious when we do the coding what that's about. Okay, so you go on to blocks. Right, so and it basically it's going to be one kind of longish if-else statement. Speech recognizer. Okay, so that's the speech recognizer, the Siri, whatever you want to call it, after getting text. So after you've got the text, firstly, I want to put the result in that one, that speech result, just so you can see what they've said. I should be able to put my mouse over where it says result, and you drag where it says get result, and then we're going to put it into, it should work, set speech result to get text. And now, you know, you're doing coding or anything like this, the best thing would be to save that and then just test it. Does that work? Because in theory it should work. It actually wouldn't work because, actually no, it probably would work even just with that. Probably what I would do is just use the button. So when a button is touched, you would actually want to like fire up the speech record. Just drag that there. So when you press the button, it gets, you know, it almost like fires it up. It starts up the speech recognizer, and it should put it in there. So what it will do is then put whatever you said in there. So you could test that first. It won't say anything yet. That's where you have a little bit more code. Right, so what you're going to do is get the results, and you're going to compare it to hello. Okay, so if the result of what they said is hello, then you're going to say Xin Chao. So you would put that in there. Now you want the actual text-to-speech, because what they said, you've stored that now as words. Okay, so you're now going to text. This is where now I'm going to type it as it sounds. That should say Xin Chao. If it doesn't, you might need to you could even try just with the correct spelling to start with, but I don't know if that will work. I think it will say Sin or something like that. So that's why I would go with, I think in English it's called phonetically written. It means it says what you, anyway, ignore that. Xin and then Chao. That should work. So then you would do that, and drag that if statement there, and that should work. That should be your text-to-speech. Now, if you right-click on that, you can duplicate it. So once you've done one, so this time I wanted one. So if I say one, and I'm going to say, it should be something like that. And that actually should work. So I will just, I'll save that. Can't see any reason why that wouldn't work. Okay, so I'm going to test that out. If it doesn't work, then I can just carry on with the guide. It did work. The only thing was, when you say one, it actually puts the number in, which, so you just have to be careful. So you actually put the number one in, and then you'll say that. It actually hasn't quite got the right Vietnamese sound for mode, but that's one that you would play around with. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.